This is TWiT.
I'm such a hoarder by instinct. Now that you can't, the Nexus 7 is discontinued, I almost want to buy one just to have a backup. Because I like
That's
it
a good call. That's a good call, yeah.
You're like Kim Kardashian and her Blackberries.
She told Kara Swisher she had like 5 Blackberries.
The Kardashian references, Gina. No, you crush me every time you do that. You lower yourself from the firmament on high where I hold you down to earth and below.
This was a
Gina Trapani,
recode interview.
Kardashian fan. It doesn't compute.
This is a recode interview. Kara Swisher interviewed her. This is legit, man. This isn't like the Daily Mail or TMZ.
Yeah.
This is real. This is hard-hitting tech reporting here. Come on.
And as Liz Gaines noted in her description of the interview, Kim's makeup looked incredible despite the heat. And no, actually, I really thought this was quite interesting. Kara Swisher is going to join us on TWiT on Sunday.
Nice.
I'll ask her, what it was like to hang with the Kardashians.
It's funny. The only photo that I saw, they were both Kara and Kim were like not at all facing one another. Like the body language, totally, they're both kind of facing out.
Body language, yeah.
It just didn't look like they were connecting really. But I found her profession of love for the BlackBerry, really interesting. I don't know.
She says she has several because she can't live without it. It's a BlackBerry Bold, by the way. It's not even like a recent BlackBerry. She uses her iPhone for pictures, but the BlackBerry is for the real business. For getting out.
She buys them off of eBay and has 3 spares. So when one breaks, she uses a spare, and then she eBays another one, so she always has 3 spares. She said if she could, she would buy the company.
That was the funniest thing. Kara said, you should just buy the company. She said,
Right. She probably could afford it, right?
I'm sure it's a fire sale.
She could buy out of the profits out of that game, definitely.
Out of the game, yeah. Use the profits from her game to buy Black. This is amazing. I love this idea.
I think, well, now we know that Gina watches that show, right?
I think I just fell asleep in Madrid, and this is a nightmare now.
It's a nightmare. Gina's a huge fan.
I'll spare you my... I find the Kardashian brand and the way that it was built and the family very fascinating. I think there are a lot of fascinating aspects of it.
Do you think Kara is also a secret Kardashian fan?
Kara is totally pro-Kardashian. She was defending the interview, from the get-go. First of all, the success of the game is amazing, and I don't think it's a testament to the Kardashians' tech savviness. It's a testament to the power of their brand, which is amazing. I mean, retail stores, TV, the App Store. Fashion, clothing, perfume. I mean, in every avenue, like you put their name on it, and they're in Sears. They make tons of money, and that's fascinating to me. And they're so social media savvy. Like the most liked Instagram photo ever is her and Kanye's wedding. They apparently spent weeks on their honeymoon, like tweaking it before they posted on Instagram. I mean, she's, extremely savvy. And I find that interesting.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to say, because I'm going to get lots of email about this.
Yeah, here's the body language. They're just kind of, just a little, it just doesn't, it's a little.
I don't believe Kardashian is real. It doesn't look like one of those.
It's one of those Iduros, those Japanese 3D models.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not real. That's not a human being.
What, Jeff? Of course she's a human being, Jeff. What are you talking about? You know what? Here's what Liz Gaines wrote. In the end, the most impressive thing about Kardashian, I guess her new name is Kardashian West. This woman has incredible endurance to deflect the hate and continue to do this thing that she chooses to do every day, which is something Jeff Jarvis advocates, which is share her life.
True?
It's true. It's true.
The glue game Hollywood had been out for a long time, and it was glue. I don't know if it was Glue or Kim's idea to put her brand into it. But that's what made it a sudden hit. And, I've played it. My daughter loved it. And I played it. It's actually a very fun game.
I mean, and the message of the game is something I get on board with. You work really hard and then to make things happen, right? I mean, in the game, you work really hard to be famous, right? And that's what they do.
I guess it is a form of work. Yes.
But I mean, it's Tiny Tower, but for
right.
celebrity.
It's Tiny Tower for
celebrities.
celebrities. But that's a really interesting thing. She works really hard to be famous, but that's absolutely a description of what she and others like her, Paris Hilton, people who don't have any outward particular skill, they're not writers or actors or performers or musicians. Their skill is that they work really hard to be famous.
Yeah.
They're famous for being famous.
Like Peggy Cass in our days, Leo.
Yeah, we had them. What the hell did Kitty Carlisle do? Actually, she was a writer.
Not shaking her hand.
Yeah, but I mean, there have been. Yeah, we are old, Jeff. There've always been people who are famous for being famous. Usually, they were public intellectuals.
No, not nearly.
I mean, look, she's a model and into fashion.
They were
I mean,
comics. Maybe they were comedians. But Charo is the closest thing to Kim Kardashian. She was famous for marrying a band leader. Xavier Cugat was the Kanye West of his day. She was famous for being sexy and voluptuous, coochie coochie coo, and talking in a funny Spanish accent. She didn't actually, I mean, she sang, but I don't think, she sang in Cugat's band, but I don't think she was a great singer. She was Kim Kardashian. If she'd had a mobile platform, she could have done a game. Did you like Charo?
No, she drove me nuts.
Anyway, I
didn't mean to diverge into it. Well, there's lots of Google News to talk about, so we probably shouldn't talk about the Kardashians.
I'm sorry, I'm busy watching the interview. I can't look away.
It delighted me that there was some sort of parallel between Jeff and Kim.
We'll get the behind the scenes story on Sunday from Kara. I'm sure there's some stuff. There's some, don't you think?
Right.
There's a little something.
Oh yeah. Well, that's actually, that body language isn't so bad. It was just
no. There was that one still that got out, and they were facing away from each other. I think. That's just, I think knowing Kara, who's a fairly sardonic, smart but sardonic person, I'm sure she got the humor of it.
Oh yeah.
What was Zsa Zsa Gabor famous for? There's a good example.
That's a good question.
At least Kim has a game and a hit TV show.